Well, it finally happened. It finally happened. The Marvel's teaser trailer dropped 3 days ago. And at the start, got a lot of likes. Very few dislikes. But as time went on, and more people tuned in to watch this trailer, it got ratioed. It is now 456,000 dislikes to 440,000 likes. I figured that it would get ratioed because of the fact that, well, nobody really likes these characters. I take that back. I think people do like Monica Rambeau. Monica Rambeau has been around for a while, and they've never really done anything drastic to change her like they've done with Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers, of course, was a loved character. People liked how she looked. She was bubbly, sexy, fun, and then they decided to turn her into a hardcore feminist icon, and her popularity dropped off a cliff. So they did that to themselves. They could have changed the character up. You want to put pants on her or something, like some leggings, like that would have worked. But instead, they decided to put her in one of the ugliest costumes ever and turn it into a modern Karen, and nobody likes that character. By the way, this guy right here who plays Kamal Khan's dad, holy shit. This guy has some crazy allegations against him. And it's crazy that no media site is really talking about it. They're all kind of hush-hush on it because, of course, they're all in Disney's pocket, particularly the Rolling Stone. Brie Larson's The Marvels already has MCU fanboys in their feelings. Just say that you hate women and leave, honestly. Rolling Stone. Remember when the Rolling Stone was cool? They used to be cool 30 years ago. But not anymore. Now they are a shill site to the core. They do whatever they can to help companies. They are corporate sellouts, which they are a corporation, but they used to be, talking about rock and roll and all kinds of fun stuff like that, interviewing musicians and getting out there and like traveling with them, and now they do shit like this. Run damage control for Disney. This is the Rolling Stone now. So naturally, this isn't going over too well over on Twitter. They are getting hit in the comments. So they're not disliked because, let's be honest, Twitter loves shit like this. It confuses companies. They see, it's got 7,000 likes. This must be what's popular. Failing to realize that the people that run Twitter, and I've talked about this before, it's like 10 or 15% of all of Twitter traffic is pushed by all these losers, all these woke, far leftist losers. They're the ones that drive traffic because they tweet hundreds of times a day. They tweet so much about a topic that it makes it trend. And people assume that that's the way the country feels, and it's not. It's just a bunch of terminally online losers that just sit on social media all damn day. But his 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser says here, propaganda of the highest order, and he's right. Let's take a look at this article. A surprise, surprise, less than 3 days after the Marvel Studios released the first teaser trailer for the upcoming film, and its star, Brie Larson, are already facing backlash from the misogynistic side of the Marvel fandom. Love how they run defense for this movie. That first movie is shit, okay? It's so funny how they all ran all over each other to suck that mouse D to protect that movie. It's hilarious. I've played that clip a million times. We're going to play it again right now so that you can hear it from them themselves on how they play ball with Disney.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, returning what? Like a movie
in
that's
the sense that,
or?
I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie, or an actor behaved a sort of way and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review,
Right.
next gig.
So to some degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
How do people still fall for this shit? I don't understand it, because it's so obvious at this point. Anytime a Disney property gets backlash, these shills run right out to run damage control, attack fans, attack consumers. It's just funny to me. And people still buy this shit. They do. They still buy this stuff. Oh, they just don't like it because they hate women. I mean, these are the people that shouldn't procreate and have children for sure. But it's just funny to me. So here's another fun fact about this. I checked the ratio factor last night before I went to bed, and it hadn't been ratioed yet. Woke up, had my coffee, got ready to start looking and seeing what's going on in the world of pop culture. I saw that it had been ratioed, and then this article popped right up. They literally wrote this article the moment that trailer got ratioed. And you could tell because it's not very long, and all it does is call you a man-child and a baby and a misogynist. That's the entire article. Listen to it. So, backlash from the misogynistic side of Marvel in theaters. November 10th, the Marvels sees its characters and Saber struggling to figure out what the mysterious force was behind them switching bodies uncontrollably. While not a direct sequel, The Marvels is the first film to feature Carol Danvers as a main character since 2019's Captain Marvel. The film will also overlap with storylines from Disney Plus, which introduced viewers to plucky Kamala Khan and Rambeau. Nobody watched Miss Marvel. It fell right off of the ratings chart. I actually heard that show was okay, actually, from a couple of people. I didn't watch it because it's just, that show just not something I'm interested in. I don't like that character. I hate her costume. They've managed to make it look worse for this movie. But, okay, so they gave a little summary of the trailer. And then here we go. Both on YouTube, the official upload from Marvel Studios has been hit by over 300,000 dislikes and thousands of copy-pasted comments. A popular way to spam content and drown out positive replies. Now, what's funny about that is on the first day I went over it, and I talked about the fact that you had to really search for those comments. It was pretty much nothing but positive comments. And I don't buy that because of the fact that even when it dropped, there was still a significant amount of dislikes, which means there should have been a lot more diversity of thought in the comments on how people thought about that movie. And that didn't happen. It wasn't until the next day that changed. You could even find duplicate comments of positivity, the same positive comments by different accounts. That's interesting. Almost like there's bots on there. But they won't talk about that. Then they compare it to Morbius, a superhero film derided by both critics and audiences, has only been disliked on YouTube 1,000 times since its trailer was posted a year ago. Captain Feminist and the Patriarchy Stone, one comment under the Marvels reads, "What a piece of crap, Captain Feminist and the Patriarchy Stone." That's pretty good, actually. I like that. That's true. She is Captain Feminist. Marvel Disney has gone off the deep end once again, says another. It seems Disney is willing to decimate and destroy anything we remember about Marvel Comics just to push their narrative. That's true. That's 100% true. This isn't Larson's first time dealing with man-children for checks notes, doing her contractually obligated job, even for Captain Marvel premiered. Movie review site Rotten Tomatoes had to update its entire policy to an attempt to prevent angry male fans from review bombing the film before anyone saw it. That's right. Never forget that they've changed algorithms and policies because YouTube changed their algorithm for Brie Larson. They changed her to news. So anytime someone makes a Brie Larson video, Good luck getting that video found unless you maybe strike gold somehow with a great thumbnail and people catch it by just, click through. Or you're a big enough YouTuber where people will see it and help push it up. Because if CNN or Fox or any of the big authoritative outlets make content on her, that's the shit that sticks at the top, and it stays there. It stays there. It doesn't go down. So anything made about her gets pushed down because Brie Larson is considered a news topic. Now, I don't know if they've changed that, but they 100% did do that around the time Captain Marvel came out. They don't talk about that here. Oh, here we go again. A 2019 review from Rolling Stone also noted that incels were enraged by Larson's press tour, where she pushed for more female inclusion in male-dominated superhero films. I like how those are all incels. This is totally damage control. You see, this is an angry article by C.T. Jones here, who writes a lot of stuff like this. Look at this. That Dylan guy, positive article, talking about Taylor Swift stans. So here's the rest of it. So seeing Larson back on the big screen, undeterred, but seemingly pushed some buttons. Add in the star power from Paris and Villiani, whose characters are vocal about their identities, intertwined with their superhero lives, and the Marvels was a target of less than savory Marvel fans from the moment it was announced. Here we go. So, actually, I haven't heard anybody complain about Monica Rambeau. Not really anything to complain about with her. We've barely seen her, but they've already propped her up to A-list status. She had a guest starring role in WandaVision, a show that I don't think a lot of people really finished. A lot of people dipped out on that show because it started off really. It's definitely the weirdest Marvel property. I was disappointed by how it ended. They totally ran that shit into the ground when they could have really done some House of X stuff with that, and they ran into the ground. I mean, you could have really done something. You could have introduced the mutants, all kinds of shit, but they didn't want to do that. Instead, they wanted to prop up that. Her name's off the top of my head. Agatha Harkins. They want to prop it up and give her a show and spin off all these shows from it. They ruined it. But yeah, nobody really says anything about her. No one's really saying anything about Kamala Khan either because nobody watched that show either. So no one's really saying it's all on Brie Larson, and the fact that they're pushing this and no one wants it. They're making something nobody wants, and it's going to be really interesting to see how that movie does because it's not sandwiched between two Avengers movies this time, and you can't prop it up and say you need to see this movie to enjoy the last Avengers movie. But let's finish off this hate here. A whiny pushback hasn't prevented some fans from looking forward to Larson's upcoming film. The Marvel's teaser trailer has been viewed 13 million times and currently is the #2 trending video on YouTube. Maybe that will give MCU fanboys something more concrete to cry over. No, it's down to number 9. It's number 9 now. Quickly falling off. A lot of people have watched it because, well, one, it's a Marvel's trailer. It's a Marvel trailer. 2, Captain Marvel, the way that she's pushed annoys people, and they're naturally going to check it out because of that. I mean, just people do. It's free to go watch it. It's a divisive trailer. As much as you want to try to prop it up that it's nothing but incels and angry far-righters that don't like it, you're fooling yourselves. It's just funny. This is an article. This is just this guy like calling people incels and racists and sexist. That's all this article is. You can tell it was written fast. It was probably written by ChatGPT or some shit. And this guy just uploaded it and tried to act like he was putting something out that's original. So here we go. This is the first article to spew this bullshit right on time. The moment the trailer got ratioed, this guy runs out and puts this article out there and does his Disney defense. Maybe, I mean, this seems like a bad time to try to do this because Disney's announcing layoffs. So I don't know if you'll be able to get a job over there, C.T. Jones. You might have some trouble getting hired over there right now because they're laying everybody off. But maybe that's why you wrote this. Maybe they slid you that envelope of cash or merchandise tickets or whatever the hell you guys want. I don't know. I mean, it's obvious you guys play ball. You've admitted to as much. I've played the clip. I have it labeled as fake critics in my folder or when I insert it into these videos. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.